How you guys doing? This is important in reference to history. You know, that satellite man's still been hitting me in the face on the job. They've still been hitting me in the face. I'm at the gas station right now, and the satellite man is still burning my mouth. They're still hitting me in the face. They're burning my face and teeth at Walmart. They're torture tracking me with the satellite. Now, you know, the Roll Protocol is my identity, and it's in the media 24 hours a day. These people don't have no warrants to be stalking me in any way, shape, or form. These people have no legal right to be doing what they're doing. You guys are aware of that, right? You know, these government people and their tricks, some of these people are the ones that murdered my parents. Now, somebody needs to investigate these people to see which ones was involved. These people are blocking me from my mother and father's estates, blocking me from my mother and father's homes, which I grew up in those mansions before they kidnapped me. The story has to be told. Anybody refusing to do the story in the media must get fired from the media companies that I'm the owner of. See, my parents gave me everything when they were alive. And, you know, this government man was trying to force me out of my own mother and father's property. My parents had no debts at all. But you understand that the point of information is these people was trying to force me out of my home, of which my parents' houses, and my mother and father even built personal mansions for me. And those are on record too, even though I'm the owner of my mother and father's mansions. But nobody has sent me a letter. So I've not received any information, and nobody's contacted me in reference to anything. Just the satellite men torturing me. Not received any letters, not received anything in the postal mail, not received any benefits or lawsuit monies. And, you know, this government man doing all this physical abuse to my anatomy and vandalism and graffiti or whatever you want to call it, their abuses, they think this is free activity for them or something? No, they need to get prosecuted. They need to get sued for their crimes. But, you know, these people is trying to muscle me all the time, trying to abuse me, trying to murder me. And yet I have not received any compensation from the government or from any city or state where my parents owned any businesses or properties. And this government man thinks it's funny. We need to see the credentials of this man where he thought he'd be able to steal. I have a clean record. I've never had a criminal record. These people kidnapped me from my mother and father's mansions, and they slandered my character. Now, this is what's so funny. They think they're going to be able to frame me after they had kidnapped me and they've been holding me hostage all these years. Like their entrapment game. They trespassed on my mother and father's property when they kidnapped me. And then they've been trying to make up slanderous things on me for over 22, 26 plus years. And they think they're going to find a way of getting away with it. They don't seem to understand when you kidnap somebody from their environment, and then you try to put them in this crazy circus of your orchestrating of this activity, and you physically assaulting them and sexually assaulting them and abusing them and stealing from them and holding them hostage and slandering their character. You start off on the wrong foot, you're always going to end up on the wrong foot. You kidnapped me from my mother and father's mansions. Your people denied who my biological parents are. I was even in court when I was a little boy at the Supreme Court with my biological parents. And yet you're still trying to claim you didn't know who I am. And there is video of that back in the 60s or 70s. 60s, somewhere around there. And there's other historic documents. So in reference to your government agents holding me hostage, blocking me from my rights because you're jealous or fatal attraction or 7 deadly sins, or you claim that when you didn't like something about somebody in your own brain, you thought you had to mess up that person's life to get that settled in your own brain. No, I don't believe in that. You can get prosecuted for that shit. I'm not your race, I'm not your religion, I'm not your child, and I'm not your property. And I'm not your goddamn slave, government man. So you need to show up in court. And today's date is, what, the 4th? 8/4, possibly. Man, yeah. 3rd. I can't get the date on here. Anyways, I'll write it on the notation on the video. But anyways, oh yeah. But this man was trying to abuse me and trying to run me out of my mother and father's estates. Running me around, trying to deprive me of monies that I'm the owner of. Properties that I'm the owner of. Because he was trying to muscle me out of my own property. Trying to muscle me out of my mother and father's estates. When my parents got murdered by these government people, then my parents was frozen. And they might come back to life. But do you understand? These people muscling me, stalking me, burning me, torturing me, and blocking me from my money when I was born richer than any of these people. And some people was born with a silver spoon, is what somebody might say. Somebody was, I was born super rich. And people thought they could just make up shit to tear up my life. Those people need to go to prison for life. Better quit blowing through my mouth with your satellite. They're trying to make me spit when I talk. They damaged my front teeth because they were trying to make somebody spit when they talk. You need to get prosecuted, you dirty, sick psycho.